All right. Good to see everybody on this beautiful Monday. Happy Monday, everybody. Good to see you. Good to see you. Listen, go ahead if you can and you will in the comments, in the chats. If you'll let us know where you're tuning in from, everybody likes to pay attention to that and see where everybody's kind of coming in live from. But it's good to have you on this morning, and we're ready to kick off a great week. And the word for today is solution. Okay. I'm going to talk about that, but I want to kick it off in honor of today, Martin Luther King Jr. Beautiful day today in remembrance. And one of the things that I put down as a quote today is years ago, he made this quote: all progress is precarious, and the solution of one problem brings us face to face with another problem. And I share that because this morning's word is solution. And one of the great words of Dr. Martin Luther King, in my opinion, with this quote is his wisdom behind life. And that life is filled with obstacles, life is filled with challenges, life is filled with problems. And it's up to us to be the solution finders. But not always has Brent Palmer taken the path of trying to find solutions. And I want to make everybody aware of that today. Sometimes Brent Palmer has caught himself just wanting to talk about problems, wanting to agonize about problems, wanting to gossip about problems. Everybody with me right here? Everybody, have you ever felt that? You ever felt yourself in that same category? Problems, 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 but am I being a solution finder to the problem? Because one thing's for sure, just like Dr. Martin Luther King said, once you solve a problem, odds are you're going to run up against the next problem. Mm-hmm. So if you really look at the solution, if you really look at the meaning of today's word, it says a means of solving a problem or dealing with a difficult situation. You know, just the last couple of days, I've been at our corporate headquarters, and I won't go into details on that. But you know, when you run a $500 million company, there's probably going to be some areas of problems, wouldn't you say? Some minor, some major, some snags in the road. some you head down this way and there's some roadblocks that you got to work with. And the first thing you've got to do is you've got to be a person or a group of people that's willing to problem talk. That means get around a round table. That means get together. Whether it's in your relationships, whether it's in, and now listen, I'm talking to myself, okay? Whether it's in your relationship, whether it's in your business, your profession, you know, your health journey, whatever it is, you got to be willing to sit around and problem talk. Meaning, what does that mean? Talk about problems, right? Pretty simple. Descriptions of what the problems are, analysis of where they came from, elaborations of the effect they are having on the organization or on you, how people feel about them, speculations about what they are leading to if they continue to go down the road of this. So you're focusing on the problem in a very professional manner. But Henry Ford said this: most people spend more time and energy going around problems than in trying to spearhead it and solve the problem. So I'm going to go into this solution talk. Here's the thing. Here's what solution talk is all about: an alternative means of discourse in solution talk. Solution talk is a talk about what is wanted. It includes descriptions of how matters will be when they are the way people want them to be. It also includes talks of resources, strengths, skills, of successful examples and of actions that will get to desired states of affairs. I read all that to talk to you about when I think about solution talk, whatever the problem is we're facing in our profession, in our health, in our relationships, be part of the solution. Don't just sit around raising questions and pointing out obstacles. And I've done this before. And when I study successful people, one of the characteristics is they're solution finders. They really are. They will sit around and they will problem talk, but then they will sit around and they will solution talk of how they can make the problem better together, working together as a unit. And I believe at the core, as I end this today, it's because they have an abundance mindset, not a scarcity mindset. An abundance mindset that we're going to work together to solve this problem, to create a solution for this problem we're facing. But we know this, there's going to be another problem. And we will attack it when it comes because that's part of life. Just like the great Dr. Martin Luther King said. Coach, I'll turn it to you.
Okay, thank you, Brent. And just to piggyback on what Coach said, you know, everything that I have ever read about Martin Luther King, every quote I've read, every speech that I've taken the time to listen to, this guy was way ahead of his time in his knowledge. And I absolutely, every time I listen to something that he says, I really take a lot of value in it. So on this day, really need to focus upon what this man, who he was and what he was about. Because if we listen, it's going to help us in our journey. You know, I loved it when Coach sent me the word last night. The solution. I mean, if we spent less time complaining about our problems and more time brainstorming solutions, just imagine the positive impact that we could have on this world. I mean, simply be the change. It's that simple. Sounds simple. It's not really. But, you know, Laurie David said, I want to read this to you. We are all guilty and we all have to be part of the solution. We have to do the best we can and then try, guess what? To do better. It's about all of us doing something and then maybe a little more. You know, I thought that was a very solid quote that she had. You know, in life, you know, I think about what Coach said. It's so easy to complain and get caught up in negativity. You know, we've got to understand that if we aren't helping to right a problem or a situation, then we need to stop complaining about it. We don't need to be negative Nancy, negative Ned. We need to stay away from it. The solution will always be, now listen, work to find the positive and help fix the issue. If we're not willing to be a part of the change or positive solution, we got to learn to just simply keep our old mouth shut. That's hard to do sometimes, isn't it? When we're passionate about something, it's very hard to keep our mouth shut. But we got to do that. Finding solutions are always done with commitment, belief, and teamwork. Whatever the problem is, again, we talk about making good choices a lot, almost every week. But whatever the problem is, we got to choose to be part of that solution. Okay, I'm going to give us some, just quickly to wrap it up, some things you don't do if you're a part of the problem. Or if you don't need to be what they say, a naysayer. I say the negative Nancy's and the negative Nans. You know, you need to expect, you don't need to expect that when every problem pops up that you're going to figure that out. You can never think that there is only one answer. And you especially can't think that your answer is the only answer. You don't try to push others' solutions that they've come up with. You don't try to push it when they have this solution out there, and you don't try to push to make it match yours. Those are things you don't need to do. So, to wrap it up, how can we be a part of a solution? The number one thing, guys, is communicate clearly. Sometimes I'm guilty of this. I think I have communicated something when in reality, all I've done is just sound it off by simply sending an email, a text, or whatever. I haven't done a really good job of communicating, picking up the phone and say, hey, Brent, what do you think about this? I may send a text, and y'all know text messages will get us in trouble because that's the worst way to communicate. So we got to communicate very clearly. We also have to help others understand the emotions and reasons behind what we're making this decision on. Remember, others are never going to see our rationale behind the ideas if we don't appreciate them and we don't allow them to be a part of the solution. And which goes to my next point, keep everyone involved. We can't expect others to agree and be a part of the solution if we don't involve them. There's no way they're going to have buy-in to be a part of a solution if they don't feel like they matter. And how do we get people's buying in? Well, the biggest thing, again, this is my opinion, doesn't mean it's right, but I think the way you get buy-in is you have to help them see your vision of what the big picture is. When people truly see what the big picture is and what the vision is, they're going to be a lot more likely to get on board with you because they understand it and they feel like a part. So as we go forward today and we start a new week, always choose to be part of the solution. Be a part of it because, again, we do have a choice. So bumps in the road, be a part of a positive solution. Thanks for being on here today, every day. Love everybody on here.
Coach, thank you so much for that message. Listen, when I read that this morning, I read her notes. I'm like, this is a powerful message today. But I want to show you something in honor of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Let's show it. Andrea, if you could help me out there. Check this picture out. This is Vince Green, his father, sitting by Dr. Martin Luther King. Vince, I don't know if Vince can unmute that real quick. I think it's important if we can unmute Vince. Vince, will you point out your father there?
Let's see. I think, can you hear me, Brent?
I can hear you, Vince.
Yeah,
thanks, everybody. Vince.
That's my dad sitting next to Dr. King in the light suit. He was on Dr. King's staff for a couple of years. It took a sabbatical from Michigan State and worked with Dr. King, and thank God we stayed very close with the family. My dad and after his assassination, my dad and mother and Coretta Scott King were very close. So it's a very proud part of our family. I used to not talk about it a lot, but we obviously are very proud of my dad's contribution. He's still alive and still working at 87 years old.
Vince, awesome. Thank you for sharing it. Thanks for your friendship. And it is something very much to be proud of. I know this is amazing to me to look at, and I know your dad's been and continues to be a major inspiration to so many people, as well as you are, my friend. Thank you, brother.
Yes.
Thank you, everyone. And I love the Monday. Every day I can get on the coach's call. I try. So
yes. Well, in honor, Vince Green, of you, your dad, and Martin Luther King, I'm going to give away a book today. I want to show a picture of it. It's a great read. I hope, if you haven't read it, I hope you read it. Strength to Love by Martin Luther King Jr. And we're going to give away one of these books. And so in the chats and the comments, if you will, type King, where we just got one word out there where it'll be easier on you. Let's let it go in the chats and in the comments. Type King, and we are going in just a minute to announce a winner of this book. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the winner is Miss Andrea Rosser.
Give me a second. I got to go find my screenshot. Got a lot of junk on my computer. It's coming. Maybe do some drum roll while I look.
All right, drum roll. Here we go.
Holy moly.
All right, we're gonna move on until she gets it. Also, I'm gonna give away a book if you will just share this on Facebook. Okay, you share it to your Facebook. All you got to do is go to my business page, Brent Palmer, public figure. You'll see this video and then share it to your Facebook, and we're gonna pick somebody to give this great book away to. All right, Andrea Rosser. Who's the winner of
Arlene
this one?
Hutchinson.
Arlene. All right.
Arlene and Ennis, you won. Great job. Awesome, awesome, awesome.
But please
Guys, we
send me your
love you.
address.
Yes, Arlene, send Andrew your address. Have an amazing Monday. We love you guys, and we will see you back on Tuesday. Anthony Moreland, remember our prayers go out to you and your family. We love you. We love you,
Love
brother.
you, Aunt. Love you, buddy.